Hickok 45 here with this little pocket gun again for a chapter 2 experience. Weren't sure we were going to do a chapter 2 with this particular mammoth, but we thought we would since we had a little bit of trouble in the first video, and we've been shooting it a fair amount since then, and we're going to shoot it some today here. Won't keep you too long, but we'll go over some of those things and show it to you again. Okay? And I'm going to talk about that too. This is unloaded right now because I wanted to load it on camera, which we always do, of course. In the first video, now I don't know what all you've seen and what we've posted, but we've done several videos with this particular revolver, had some fun with it, and we've not had any issues since that first video, and those issues were minor, but we don't like to make a firearm look any better than it is or any worse than it is. Okay, I mean, it's kind of one of our missions. And as I said in that first video, I didn't clean it. I just shot it for a couple of days and didn't feel like it needed cleaning, but that was actually part of the issue. Okay, so it has very tight tolerances, and you do want to keep it clean. All right, it's not like maybe one of my Colt single actions or I don't know, an old Ruger revolver where you might be able to shoot the thing all day and cram any kind of ammo in it. It's designed for hunting, really. I mean, you could carry it, pocket, or whatever you wanted to do, but it's more of a hunting handgun. I started to say rifle. I wouldn't be far off, would I? But you notice how those go in easily, and I'm gonna put that back open and then turns freely and everything. So we've done a fair amount of shooting with it and not had that issue that I had. So if you get that chamber dirty in there, as I had done from shooting my hand loads as well as other stuff, that could happen. And then I also learned before I shoot it that it doesn't like the bear claws much from Federal, because as I think I might have even mentioned that in the first video, as one of my suspicions was that with these close tolerances, the fact that those cases, I guess they start out as brass and then they're coated with nickel, you see. So that adds a little bit, not a lot, whatever. Some of you guys out there who are a lot smarter than I am, which would be all of you, might know how many thousandths of an inch that brass might add, or the nickel plating, I guess that's nickel, yeah, that might add to the length or to the head especially. So it's just a little bit bigger, and this thing is very tight. All right, so let's shoot it some. See if we can get through a few more shots. Because, I mean, it's a 45-70 revolver, and I think my wrist is not broken yet, so we need to see what we can do about that. Woo! That was pretty good. Let's go bowling a little. Man, went right through it. Of course, it's already been shot up some. Let's put one on this paper target. I think we have one left, right? Okay. Is this overkill or what on a paper target? 45-70 out of a handgun. All right, that was 5, and you see she spins freely. So again, just in the interest of letting you know how the thing does, it seems to be fine as long as you keep it clean. And I guess maybe, I don't know if other nickel plated brass might create a little bit of an issue or not. Now they'll go in and you can actually turn it, but you can feel them hanging up when you put the nickel plated cases in there. Okay, again, it could be just the bullet diameter and the way it's seated, I don't know, on those particular rounds. But with the standard 45-70 and my hand loads, it's not been an issue. Okay, so, and again, this has the new type of action. You can fill up the chamber and not have to keep one empty to allow the hammer to rest on an empty chamber, because it has that transfer bar. And again, what it does is, in most of the newer single actions, like Ruger makes, and some others, you have that. I'll show you. You see that piece comes up and blocks the firing pin, and when you drop the hammer, if that hammer were just to fall, it needs that piece there. You see that transfer bar? It needs to have it right against the firing pin, because it transferred. When I pull the trigger, see, it stays up there. You see that? It blocks the hammer. I could have a round there in the chamber right now and do that all day, and it's not going to fire that. I guess I've never shown that to y'all very closely before. No extra charge for that. So it prevents it from contacting the firing pin. Okay, now when I don't pull the trigger, See, you can see the firing pin is not protected, okay? So anyway, it keeps that from hitting the firing pin. So you could drop it as you're riding your horse across the desert or whatever onto the hammer. It would not fire the round, okay? So that's why I load that one all the way. Again, though, even with an older style action, if you're at the range and you're just shooting, you could load 6, but I typically don't. I don't know what I have in my fingers, but anyway, blood looks like. So let's load up a few more and try this again. It's a pretty cool gun. I don't really have a use for it myself, but some of you all, you might, man, already be at the gun shop looking for one. You've already been searching for a holster, right? They're supposed to be accurate, as I said before, and John and I both have been a little surprised that it really doesn't hurt you any more than it does. You see, I'm firing factory 45-70, like one-handed or two-handed, and my wrists are not broken yet. They might be before we finish. Speaking of that, let's try out that little piece of cinder down there. Okay, got a nice trigger. Let me try the gong. I couldn't hear. I think I forgot where to hold. Boy, it moves the old gong around. 45-70 will do that. Let's take out these 2 liters here if we can. Yeah, 45-70 will do that. I should have brought it down. I think I'm empty now. Another little shooting tip there. Again, no charge, but I was having a little trouble just getting up on the target, my sight picture, and I could tell, okay, it's getting a little heavy. I need to bring it down and take a rest. And that's always good advice that I don't follow myself always. But if you have to hold that thing on target very long and it's a heavy firearm, sometimes it just gets worse for you. You're less and less likely to hit what you're trying to hit, what I'm trying to say. There we go. But nobody's shooting back at me, you know, and all that, so I don't always do what I should, maybe. All right, so as you see, it's doing fine with the factory ammo, and even though it's getting a little dirty, so you would not have any trouble hunting with it. And as I said, we were not necessarily going to do a chapter 2 with it, but I thought, well, since we had a little issue there or two in that first video, maybe we should. All right, since I couldn't hit him, I'm just going to hit him one-handed. I can. There we go. All right. Ah, bowling pin's still alive. I think we broke him in half. But that guy right there. Man. Should I try one left-handed? This might be more than I should do here. All right. That way, if I break my left wrist, it won't be quite as serious. Wow. It hurt me more with my left hand. I think because you just have a different grip. So was that 5? Did he fire 4? Oh, he did fire 4. There's one left. Look at that. Okay, now this cylinder turns clockwise. So looking right here close, I think the next round is him. And I think it's the last round. Let's go just wake up the gong again. All right, that was 5. Yeah, that's probably enough. I know most of you have had a really busy day and you're really ready to get to dinner, right? Or you got a date tonight and you don't want to be late. We just wanted to bring it back out, shoot a little bit more. And again, we don't like to ever make a firearm look better or worse than it actually is, you know. And even at that, at best, whenever, you know, any of us is reviewing a firearm, it's one firearm. and it might do wonderfully for us and horribly for somebody else. Or if we got 2 more of these, who knows, maybe 2 out of 3 would not work at all, and that's not probably going to happen, right? But it's still just one firearm. Always something to remember. If you ever see a firearm just performing horribly, in a review, a magazine article, or in a video or anything, it's still just one firearm most of the time. But it's no big secret. Information is out there on the internet. It's hard to hide whether something is good or bad, isn't it? So, but anyway, to sum it all up, with this thing, we've had some fun with it, walking the trails and shooting and everything else. It's a big old thing. A lot of people, a fair number of people, like just big guns that fire really powerful cartridges, even though maybe they're impractical. They have no real practical use for it, perhaps, but they just want to own one. It's kind of like that double 1911. Who really has a purpose for that? They sell them. A lot of firearms like that. And we don't just buy firearms because it's a great carry gun or it's a great skeet gun, hunting gun, or whatever. We buy them because we like them. It's a great hobby, great sport, isn't it? And there's lots of choices out there. So you might want something like this just to play with on the range. That's your freedom to do that, in this country. So that's just kind of where it fits. It's not something I would purchase, I don't think, but it seems to be well made. As I say, fairly tight tolerances, and if you put it in a bench rest or a ransom rest, you'd probably discover it's pretty accurate, be my guess, because it just seems to be made well. Nice solid firearm. The grip is good, it absorbs a lot of recoil. It's not horribly painful to shoot, as I've been saying, or I wouldn't want to shoot it. Shooting is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be too painful. So anyway, the old BFR in 4570, they make this in a lot of different chamberings and barrel lengths and everything else. I don't know if we'll get another one sometime or not, but if not, that's our take on this one. The BFR, the Big Friendly Revolver from Magnum Research. And it's been very friendly. Life is good.
Oh, hey, how you guys doing? I'm training for my next career, to be a ninja. But while you're here, I wanted to remind you to check out our friends over at SDI, the Sonoran Desert Institute. They are a fully accredited online distance learning program where you can be accredited, you get certified in gunsmithing, and also get an associate's degree in firearms technology. They also accept GI Bill, so veterans out there, check them out at sdi.edu. And also, don't forget to check out our friends over at vaultecsafe.com. You've seen their pistol safes on the shooting table in some of our videos, so check them out. And if for anything else, basically, go to hickok45.com. You can find our store there. We've got some t-shirts and hats over there. And also, you can check us out on Facebook. There's a Hickok45 Facebook. There's the Real Hickok45 at Instagram, Hickok45 on Twitter. There's the Hickok45 and Son YouTube channel. And then I've got some social media stuff. If you search John Hickok, you can find me. And we also have some videos on full30.com, if I didn't mention that yet. But just go to the website and you can find most of those things. And I appreciate you guys, and I'll get back to figuring out how to be a ninja.